Welcome back to Pleasure Boater. We're at the Intrepid Powerboats in Largo, Florida, and this is a pretty incredible process.
Yes, again, this is the infusion process. You're actually seeing a part being infused right now. This is a liner for a 32-footer that we make. As you can see, it kind of looks like an experiment, almost like a mad scientist project here. All of the different tubes and vacuum pumps that actually make this process happen. What you're seeing here is a very high vacuum is pulled on this part that was loaded with all the foams and dry cloth that you saw earlier. And what you're seeing here is now we've opened up ports to pull resin into this vacuum, which then you can see starts spreading out through the cloths. It's actually, that's why they call it infusion, actually infuses the resin into the cloth.
Any other manufacturer use this process?
I think there's a couple that do it. Not very many, because it's not a very cost-effective process at all.
Then why do it?
Because it produces a better part.
Now, when you say better, is this substantially lighter?
Quite a bit lighter, absolutely. And again, it's the quality of the part. We can control the exact cloth to resin ratio in this part by this process, which is going to affect it years to come.
You know, one thing I notice, or I don't notice, wood.
There's no wood. We've never used wood in our product. Everything is all PVC, fiberglass and PVC.
The entire infusion process seems to be very labor intensive, but it's an incredible process just to see happen. What's kind of the timetable involved in this step? Well,
just an example, this particular part took us 4.5 days to load. When I say load, meaning you gel coat it and then you hand skin it, and from that point you start loading all of the dry parts to it, all the glass, the foams. Then you have another half a day to prep for infusion, which you see here with all the hoses and the bags and the fittings. From that point, when you do the actual infusion, it's 45 minutes. And the part is completely infused and done. And another hour after that, you can probably pull it off the mold. This particular process is one of our hard tops. As you can see, the skin coat, which goes on after the gel coat, is all done by hand, as you saw in the liners and decks in the infusion area. From this point, we will go in and start installing the foam that goes inside that has all the actual wiring channels for the lights and everything cut right into the foam. Afterwards, there's another section to the hardtop, which is behind it. It's a two-piece part, and those parts are actually put together and vacuum molded together to form a single part that is finished on both sides.
It still amazes me all the different items that you make, hand make. There's an awful lot of pieces that go into a boat.
There are thousands of pieces that go into these boats. This particular part, for example, is a wall that goes into a 47, which is our 475 sport yacht. This particular wall is finished on both sides. Not only is it a partition, but we actually use it as a structural support for the deck in the cabins of these boats. With that being said, the reason why it's all vacuum bagged, foam cord, a two-sided mold that is put together, it's structurally a very, very strong support and design part of each boat.
Form and function all come together. When we come back here on Pleasure Boater, we will take a look at the hull. Stay with us.
Serving the boating aftermarket for over 40 years, Grant is a name synonymous with quality steering wheels. At Grant, we realize each boat owner has different needs and tastes. Grant marine steering wheels are built to enhance the design of a wide variety of boats using only the highest quality materials to meet or exceed OEM standards. Fresh, innovative American designs offer a world-class look found nowhere else. From runabouts to go-fast boats to yachts, Grant has the steering wheel you're looking for. Grant steering wheels, when your hands demand the best.
Finally, a pontoon boat that anyone can afford. Introducing Whispercraft, the 12-foot, two-seat pontoon boat that features foam-filled polymer pontoons for safety. The Whispercraft has incredible strength and stability. With welded aluminum frame, handrails, anti-skid fiberglass deck, and optional 4 seats and bimini top. The Whispercraft is available in a variety of colors and sells for only $39.95 without optional motor. To learn more, log on to thewhispercraft.com. Nothing's more precious to a boat owner than a safe and carefree day on the water. Day after day, Intrepid is relentless in the pursuit of quality, reliability, and safety of our custom powerboats. This passion for perfection and our highly personalized customer care has earned us our reputation for the best boat owning experience in the industry. Intrepid's revolutionary transverse stepped hull design delivers an incomparable smooth, dry ride. To learn more about the new Intrepid models from 24 to 47 feet, log on to intrepidpowerboats.com.
Welcome back to Pleasure Boater. We're at Intrepid in Largo, Florida, and we continue our look at the manufacturing process. And right now, the hull.
Well, what you're seeing here is a hull mold, actually, that has been gel coated, and they are hand skinning the skin coat, as we saw in the infusion department. Everything that we do here, from the hull, liners, decks, even all the small parts that go with these, are all skinned out by hand. Again, this is a very important process of the bond between everything else that goes in afterwards. And this is going to prove the cosmetics of each of these for years to come.
Now in here, it seems like things are really starting to take shape.
Yes, right over to our left, we have our final finishing department. This area here is pretty crucial. I mean, these parts that come out of our molds are very intricate. For example, the console mold that you see has so many angles and returns, you have to imagine how you even get it out of the mold. Well, you have to make a multiple part. In other words, that particular one has 6 parts that you unbolt, and you take the piece out of the middle. Well, what happens is you end up with a lot of seams that you have to finish to make the end result look like it does. So this department here gets all of those parts, and they actually do all the final finishing to give it that end result, to make it all look like one unit piece.
Well, it looks like this really is, we're getting close to the finishing end of the Intrepid boat.
That's right. This is all the assembly plant. This is an area we call Station 1. In this area, all of the parts that you saw being built in the 2 glass shops all come together in this particular department and in this building. This area in the back is all the parts come in. They get as a basic 3-piece hull, liner, and deck, all get assembled back here and all get fiberglass together as one unit. From this point, everything moves forward in the production process. This line here is an actual production line for our 323s and 31s and 30s. You can see the evolution of everything coming back from Station 1 to Station 2, where the liner gets set and the deck gets set. Now they set the console, and on to Station 3, where you actually start seeing the hull side paint get done, the engines get installed, a lot of the rigging gets done, and then the top gets installed also here at Station 3.
Well, the boats come off the production line, they're still not ready for delivery, are they? Still a lot more work to do.
There's still a lot more work left to be done. What we do, when they come out of the assembly plant, we actually bring them over and we prep them for sea trial. This consists of plugging the computers into the engines, programming the engines, doing one last final checklist of all the systems. Then it's prepared to go to sea trial, which we take over and we run it in the Gulf of Mexico. We have 2 different people here that run them, and they do a complete systems check and also put a minimum of 4 hours on each boat just to check everything thoroughly before they bring it back, and we issue a quality control checklist from that of any of the items that that person saw during the sea trial that need to be attended to.
So that when they need to be attended, they can come back and kind of finish that kind of post-production detailing, I guess.
Absolutely. That would be the final QC sea trial checklist and gig sheet from that.
You know, I think one of the other things, we probably don't have enough time to show you this, but the wiring, you guys do that here in-house. The upholstery, you do that here in-house. And